What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great week, and it's going to be a busy weekend here in the Medford area. We got the rodeo going on this weekend, so I had to do some errands today. So I went to my local game shop where I get my retro games, and boy, did I fucking score today. I got a lot of classic games, and I got a lot of ones that were nostalgic and sentimental to me, with great deals too. Friggin' half the price where you can find them off eBay or Amazon. So always shop at your local stores, okay? So I'm gonna kind of go over them. I got about 15 of them today, so there's gonna be a good amount today. We're gonna go with PS1 first. So first one is Resident Evil 2. Ultimate classic game in the horror genre, redefined a lot back in the day. Probably one of the scariest games I've ever played. I remember playing this game or watching my uncle play this on I think it was the Genesis when it came out, and oh my god, those first times those dogs burst out of those windows, it scared the fuck out of me. So classic game, that was a steal. The Resident Evil games are in the retro used game world. Some of these games are getting pretty pricey, so if I find these with good deals, I'm gonna snag them up, and I got a couple of them I had to get them. Then the next one, I'm a big Crash Bandicoot fan. This completes my games for the PS1. I got 1, 2, Warped, and then CTR now. And Crash Bash. So I got all the Crash Bandicoots now. Warped is my personal favorite one. It just had different variety, different level designs, and different systems you can do, like flying, riding dinosaurs. So super, super rad. And then, as always, I'm going to save the PS2s for last because that's my favorite console, and also that's where we got the juiciest ones. First up, I just recently bought Killzone 1 on the PS2 a while ago. Picked up Killzone 2. So that's up there. I got Resistance: Fall of Man. This one I never played. And then I also picked up the third one too. It was already there. I didn't get two, but I never played these ones at the time when the PS3 came out, because it was like $600-700 when it came out. So it took me a while to finally get the PS3. So that one just kind of blew past me, and I knew it's made by Insomniac, the same guys who make the Ratchet and Clank series. So I'm excited to get those. I heard they're pretty good, so excited to get those. And another ones I had not heard about. I've done a lot of research, and just kind of ones that just kind of tickle my fancy or looked really good. Brothers in Arms: Hell's Highway. It looked really badass, so got a good deal on that. I think I got it for like $750. So good freaking deal on that. And then here we go with the PS2 ones. These ones I'm super, super excited about. Two of them in particular I've been looking for. They're one of my favorite game franchises. We'll get to those last. First up, X-Men Origins Wolverine. The movie is kind of my guilty pleasure movie. It's one of those ones where, like, I know it's not very good, but I just really enjoy still thoroughly watching it from time to time. I think it's just silly fun. And then this one I heard it's really violent compared to the movie, so I'm really excited about that. Wolverine is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Marvel character growing up. So I'm excited to do that one. I did pick up I did pick up San Andreas on Grand Theft Auto recently. Vice City. This one is my personal favorite of all the Grand Theft Autos. I have not played 1 or 2. I played 3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, and 5. Vice City just has a very special place in my heart. I always loved and preferred playing as Tommy Vercetti in that kind of Miami setting. So I'm really excited to get back into that one. That's my personal favorite one. So that was a good pickup for that one. And then we picked up Castlevania: Lament of Innocence. This one, I like the Castlevania franchises. I've never been too big on the Castlevania side-scroller ones. I know they're classics. I have one of the originals. I have Symphony of Sorrow, the Black Label, on the PS1, so that was a good find. I know that's a nostalgic classic game. But the Lament of Innocence is more kind of like Devil May Cry style, where it's kind of like your beat 'em up style. Kind of plays like Dante. I remember playing that. I remember renting that from Blockbuster years and years ago, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Never beat it. So a lot of these games that I'm getting now is because I either haven't beaten them, I haven't played them, or just for numerous reasons. But this one I remember playing. It was a really good game. And then this is the first game that got me into the series. Hitman 2, Silent Assassin. These games, to me, back then, the older ones were a lot more difficult than the ones they are now. They're a little bit more forgiving, but I'm excited to play that one. Always cool to play Agent 47, so awesome pickup with that one. This one I never played, but it just looked like a really fun one, and I've heard some decent reviews about it. It was only like $5. Dead to Rights, so can't wait to give that one a try. And then Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the which is the Snake Eater remake that's coming out soon. I believe it comes out in October, right around there. So I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. I love Solid Snake. I love the franchise to death. So I got really lucky with this find. So the first one we got, Sons of Liberty. This was the first one that I got introduced to it. A buddy of mine brought it over to me, and I never even heard about it before. I think it was like 12 or something around there. And I remember playing the ship level, and I was just blown away on how cool it was. Like, wow, these graphics are so mind-blowing. And at the time, you know, when you go and play Raiden, I didn't understand the controversy of, you know, trading off between Snake and Raiden. And then obviously playing the later games, you understand, like, what they did, and I can understand the fan backlash on, you know, being Solid Snake. He's on the cover, he's the main character, but then also Junpei is Raiden. But phenomenal game, phenomenal story. The boss battles are awesome. Playing, you know, fighting against Liquid and Solidus and all of that stuff with Shadow Moses and the Patriots. It's freaking just good stuff. And then my personal favorite, I was very excited to see this one there too, because we mentioned that Delta, the Snake Eater remake, is coming out. The actual original Snake Eater. And another thing of, if I can find games with the black label, I prefer those, obviously, because those are the original cases. The red labels are the greatest hits option, the greatest hits ones. They're not worth as much. They're a little bit, they can be more pricey with the black label because obviously they're original. So I always try to strive to get the black labels. But Metal Gear Solid 3, by far the best Metal Gear Solid in the franchise. No questions, bar none. Fight me on it. It's the best one. It's got the best bosses. I remember. Oh, and I remember I remember getting these in the mail through PSM, and I specifically bought this one magazine again because I looked through this magazine so much. I just looked at everything about it. I remember telling my sister about it and how excited I was with this game. I probably read this magazine in those pages regarding Metal Gear Solid 3 every single day for months because I was just so excited because 2 with Sons of Liberty was so good, and I was just so excited for Snake Eater to come out, and it did not disappoint. It was such a phenomenal game. So I'm excited to replay. I don't know if I'm going to decide to replay this one before Delta and kind of see the comparisons, or just go in blind with the remake and then kind of... I remember this game very vividly because I played this game probably at least 6 or 7 times through and through. Great game, so I'm excited for that. Another classic one that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but Resident Evil Code Veronica. This is one of the rare ones that I actually have never played. I have played mostly all of them. There's a couple of them that I have not played that were exclusively on the Wii, I believe. I've played them all. There's another one I want to get eventually, Dead Aim, which is another kind of guilty pleasure game that I really like, the Resident Evil one. So Code Veronica, I know this is one that a lot of fans are dying to have a remake of, so I'm excited to get into that one and see why it's so valued and why it's so loved. So I'm excited about this one. And then the last two. These last two, one of my favorite all-time game franchises is Silent Hill. I became fascinated by the franchise with 3 first. My mom bought that one for me for Christmas, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It came with the soundtrack, which I thought was really cool. I still have my original Silent Hill 3 game with the manual, the game, and the soundtrack with me, and I also have Silent Hill 2, the original one with the black label. So I was specifically looking for these 2, and I want to eventually get maybe these all over again, but graded and kind of a little bit more value out of them. But I was so excited when I found these ones. So initially I saw Silent Hill 4 in the case. Usually when I go to this place called GameSwap where I live, they have your your PS3, all the categories, and then they have glass shelves of the more rare items. And I found this one, and without even hesitation, I'm like, give me that game. I have to have that. Because this game online, eBay, anywhere, is going from like $200 to a couple hundred extra, $200 to $400 just for this one game. And I got it really cheap. So I had to snag it up, and as soon as I was checking it out, I was like, do you want any more Silent Hills? I'm like, what you got? And so, another one, I played this on the PSP. I did not play it on the 2, but Silent Hill Origins. Oh, another great game. So I want to complete the Silent Hill collection, so I still got one to get, Downpour, Shattered Memories. I'm not gonna probably get the HD collection because that one sucked ass. They changed the voice actor for Heather from the third one, and it sounded fucking awful. And then what was the other one? So I got most of them, so I'm starting to recollect them all. But yeah, those two in particular, I was really, really excited about. So overall, a really, really good day. I woke up really early. I had to take care of some business today, so I went over there, got a bunch of steel on all these good games. I can't wait to play. I'm working all weekend, so I'll be busy with all weekend. So I'm gonna try to get to some of these games. And then I went to get some protein and pre-workout BCA. So I want to start going back to the gym. So that's what I'm gonna be doing here in a little bit. But I wanted to do a quick share on what I got here today, because I'm just so freaking ecstatic and excited. So today's gonna be a good day. Everybody who's going out this weekend, be safe out there. Rodeo, have a good time. I'll be at Whiskey tonight. So everybody have a great time, a great evening, and be safe out there. And we'll see you then. Have a good one.